Welcome to Mr. Sou's Math World. In this video, we are going to discuss how to do the examples of indefinite integration. So the formula list is put here. So let's try to do example 6.1 together. So we are going to integrate the following indefinite integration by 1. Okay, to start with, we look at the formula list, okay, or you think of how we get negative 11, right? So when we differentiate negative 11x, then I can get negative 11, and then don't forget to plus c. All right, and we do this similarly for part B. Okay. So when you differentiate the thing to get x to the power 3, then you must have x to the power 4. But if you differentiate x to the power 4, you will get 4x to the power 3. But this one, you will only have x to the power 3. That means we need to divide by 4. So you get x to the power 3. So you may wonder why Mrs. Else asked you to do so. So this is the formula. This is the concept. Okay? So please try to use this concept to train up yourself why we can get this one. So after you do it for a few times, in this way, then you can use this easily and correctly. So let's see how it works in part C. But for part C, we need to do one more step before we do the integration, because for the formula, we only have x to the power something. So that's why we need to handle the fraction here. So let me magnify a bit. All right, so we need to do the plus 1 as we have done it in part B. So similarly, okay, plus 1. So negative 9 plus 1, you get negative 8. So step 1, x to the power negative 8. And we know that the things of the power and here below, they're the same, right? Same as the thing we got about in our part. So this is the same. So you can check it from the formula, or in part B, you see upper part and lower part, they should be the same. Always. So this is the way we remember the formula. But remember, negative sign should be put in front of the fraction. And this is a simplified answer. Okay, so let's look at part D together. So part D, we get the fourth root of x to the power 5, but it doesn't matter. The thing we're going to do is we change it to index form. Okay, well, always we do index form. And then we got it to be plus 1 as stated in the formula. Plus 1. So 5 over 4 plus 1, you will get 9 over 4. 5 plus 4 equals to 9. And then we also have 9 over 4. But this one is difficult to calculate. So we are going to move the fraction upside down. So please check this one compared to the green one. So the fraction is upside down. All right? So please spend some time and make sure that you can work out this fluently. Okay. So let's go to example 6.2. So this one it is related to properties D and E. And also the last part goes to C. So part A, this one we just have 1 over. Okay. Now don't mess it up with the integration of the polynomial. Just put the 7 on the lower part of the fraction is fine. And it goes to B. So this one, please be careful that we have the index to be negative 4x because we got 1 over. And then we have negative 4. And don't forget to put the minus in front of the fraction. So basically, these are the concept for it. And part C is similar. So step 1, make sure you get the correct form of the index. And then step 2, we can integrate it. Okay. So let me put it in this way, such that it is easier to understand for the upside down concept. Okay, so if you want to save time, you can actually do it in one step like this, because we already know that you can do also go upside down in this way, because 1 over 3 over 2 becomes negative 2 over 3. But of course, it is not easy to do it at the first moment, so we still put 1 over negative 3 over 2, and then for the next step, we make it upside down with the fraction comes first, and then upside down. And then you can copy for the fraction here at the index. Okay, so part C looks easy, but the concept of fraction is important. So finally, we go to part D. Okay, step 1, take the 9 outside, integral. Then we have dx over x inside. And then when we integrate, you will have 9 and then log x bar plus c. Okay, so this is the basic thing to do with indefinite integral. Okay. So I think it's not difficult for you, but the most important point is to make sure that you understand the fraction. So as a revision, please do the quite short classwork before we start the lesson this week. That's the end of Mr. South's Math World. See you next time.